Hello, Duke. Good news for Duke, but not so good for Kansas City, Duke's opponent. Update on Darren Peterson's injury. Will it be easy for Duke to win this game? Let's get to the news, but first, subscribe to the channel. The news arriving on the eve of the Duke versus Kansas City game significantly changes the game's landscape and puts Duke basketball in an even more comfortable position. The confirmation that Darren Peterson, Kansas City's top prospect, is out of the game removes one of its most anticipated elements and reinforces the feeling that the team led by Jon Scheyer enters the court with a significant competitive advantage. Peterson, considered the #1 player in the 2025 draft class by 247 Sports, had been internally treated as a player capable of altering the balance of power in high-level games. Even with a small sample size, his numbers speak for themselves. In just 2 games as a starter, the rookie averaged 21.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.0 assists, with an impressive 60% field goal percentage and 50% three-point shooting percentage. His last performance against North Carolina, when he efficiently scored 22 points, served as a clear calling card of the impact he could have in big games. However, a hamstring injury interrupted this promising start. Bill Self confirmed that Peterson will remain out and that the player will only be reevaluated at the end of the week, making it clear that Kansas' priority is the long term. The coach's cautious and transparent speech shows that there is no intention to rush a return that could compromise the athlete's season. In practice, this means that Kansas arrives at the game without its main offensive weapon and a player who could offer individual solutions against a solid and well-structured defense like Duke's. On the other side, the scenario directly favors Duke basketball. The absence of Peterson drastically reduces the opponent's firepower and facilitates defensive adjustments for Scheyer's team, which can concentrate efforts on neutralizing Kansas' more predictable offensive options. Furthermore, the duel that would have pitted Peterson against Cameron Boozer, third in the overall ranking of the same class, no longer exists, removing a symbolic and technical element from Kansas that could have elevated the emotional level of the game. Under Jon Scheyer's leadership, Duke arrives at this game with a clear identity, roster depth, and a collective understanding that usually makes a difference in high-level matchups. Without the opponent's main individual talent, the game tends to unfold in a more controlled manner, allowing the blue team to dictate the pace, exploit mismatches, and build an advantage progressively, without the need to take excessive risks. For Kansas, Peterson's absence is a hard blow, especially against an opponent of Duke's caliber. For Duke basketball, the news represents more than just a loss for the opposing team. It's confirmation of a largely favorable scenario, where technical superiority, team momentum, and preparation are aligned on the court. Within this context, everything indicates that the game is heading towards a comfortable result, reflecting not only the absence of the rival star, but also the solidity of the current project led by Scheyer. Leave your opinion.